let's move on to our math trades, Matt, that have already happened.
They would have, yes.
So obviously we're doing this ahead of time, but we're going to talk about our Gencon math trade hopes, things that we hope that we get trades for, things that we're looking for in trade. As of the recording, we have less than 24 hours to put in our wants.
Yes.
And then they calculate through some computer and give us results. So, Matt, you can start us off.
What are we doing? Just mainly our top ones or highlights or whatever?
What have you, well, first off, how many games did you put up in the math trade?
Oh, how many did I put up? 20 or so?
I put up about 38, 36.
And some of those are really small, light games. I mean, they're all not big, heavy games or nothing, but
I had a good mix. The biggest thing I think was a Ticket to Ride style box down to a card game.
I think my biggest thing I got is Betrayal at House on Haunted Hill, still in shrink.
That's a good trade.
Yeah, so I'm sure that will go. I won't be holding on to that one. So
yeah. Well, if you want, go over your top picks, like maybe the top 5, 6, 7, whatever you want to go over.
Well, I'd say skimming through. I think my top thing I'm going for is Champions of Midgard.
Really?
I think there was a new and shrink one that I was looking at. I like Zularetto. I got a Lords of Ziddick because it's one of my more favorite games and I don't own it. I went after a Time Stories. I know everyone in this trade is probably going to be trying to hit it, but I figured why not try?
Oh man, you know what? Do you want to play it that much?
I wouldn't mind trying it. Yeah, wow.
Some of the ding and dents for $14.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, I would buy it for $14. It's just that game was like $45, I think, on a normal kind of retail.
I mean, you can borrow that. The only problem with that is somebody has to go through and set the game back up.
Right.
Like you just opened it because it's all in order and stuff. But
well, I'll keep an eye out for ding and dent then, but I'll see what happens with this.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm not expecting that to get that one. I did get the Adventurers, the Pyramid of Horus. I've always enjoyed playing that with you. So
that's a fun game.
There's an Orleans Deluxe Edition I was going after. Zombie 15. I was always interested in that game, and it was just always so big and massive. I just never thought to get it. I was surprised to see an Arboretum.
What's that?
Arboretum. It's an out-of-print game. It's kind of sought after, but it's a card game. Me and Eric played it at Board Game Day before you got there.
Oh, really?
And it's...
is this the tree thing?
The tree game, yes.
Gotcha.
The tree game.
That game, I think I've seen pictures of it online, and it looks really cool.
Yeah, it looks like Bob Ross painted the trees on the back of the cards, and you're playing with them. There's a Warcraft expansion I was going to try and get.
The World of Warcraft or the original Warcraft? Like the Frozen Throne. Or I don't remember what it's called now. I think it's just called the expansion.
You
might want to look that, because you have the board game, right? You have the WoW board game. I think the thing that was on there is the Warcraft game.
Well, if it loads here.
Well, while you're looking that up, maybe I'll go through some of mine. We'll come back to
Warcraft, the board game.
Never mind. You found it.
But it's got Arthas on the front of it.
That is for the original Warcraft.
That's for the small adventure game.
There is actually 3 games.
Oh, I didn't know there was a third one.
So you've got the Warcraft board game. Like Warcraft as in like Warcraft 1, Warcraft 2 kind of game. It's based off of that. It had an expansion, which is that expansion. Then you have the World of Warcraft board game, and it's 2 expansions. And then you have the World of Warcraft adventure game.
Right, because I accidentally clicked on the adventure game, but I got it out once I realized what that was. But
oh, really? I put that in there somewhere.
Oh, really? Well, all right. Well, that one will probably come off.
Do you have a chance? Oh, gotcha. After this podcast.
Yeah.
Because we still got like 24 hours to do that.
And then I'm taking a stab at Cyclades just for the heck of it. I mean, that's about all the main Steam Park.
Steam Park's good.
Yeah, I like Steam Park. So
you didn't really get that ambitious with your trades.
What do you mean?
like, I feel like I went a little ambitious with my trades.
Like, you were trying to hit.
Like, hey, you know what? Pillars of the Earth, select all. I don't care if it happens. It happens.
I guess I know, like, Eric trades to possibly be able to trade later down the line. He just tries to get stuff, you know. I mean, he wants to play it, but it seems like he's also trading to be able to trade later.
Yeah, it's like almost like the trade game where I trade this pencil for a ham sandwich.
Yeah,
I trade this ham sandwich for a car.
I'm just it's got to make sense for me to get it. I'm not going to get a game that's just going to sit around. I want to be able to actually play it.
Well, I'm not talking like that. What I mean is, like, for instance, okay, we'll start off with my top game, collector's editions of Scythe.
You know, I saw that, but again, the reason I didn't was because it was like, what am I going to do with it?
Oh, I see what you mean. Well, okay, so that makes sense. Like, it's not a game that you probably need to own, is
right.
what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. Well, it just sounds like the games, I thought you were trying to be a little bit more fair on.
No. I was just like.
It's straight up, am I going to play this?
It had to make sense for me to get it.
I got you. Yeah, that probably makes more sense for like me or Eric to have that.
Yes.
Because, you know, you're going to always be with
by all
one
means,
of us.
I hope you all get it.
Yeah, fair enough.
So I can play it. So.
There are, you know what, my top picks, I put in for some Scythes. There was 2 of them. And the Pillars of the Earth board game.
Mm-hmm.
I liked the sequel to that, The World Without End, better, honestly. But at the same time, I did like that game, and it would be fun to have.
Yeah.
Past that, I was surprised to find some lots of War Machine, like just models.
Really?
Yeah. So I was like, whatever. If I win that, cool. It's not a board game, but man, War Machine. And it's all Khador stuff, and I don't have a lot of Khador anyway. So it'd be really cool to have. So I feel like my list goes ridiculous. How are you ever going to win this stuff?
Right.
Down to a more realistic approach.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, in this math trade, you can prioritize your trades.
Yes.
All these are on top. I don't expect to get any of this stuff. But if it happens, you know, if I trade a 4-player chess for a Descent copy, I mean, that's cool. Right? That's what Eric did if you've listened to our previous podcast. Next, after that, I put Pitch Car because played at Dice Tower Con. This game is getting purchased one way or another.
Okay, yes. I remember the picture of you playing it. Yeah, and I think you talked about it before you even went down there, but...
A little bit, because I was like, I'm kind of interested in playing it. Man, look, if you like dexterity games and you haven't played Pitch Car, this is phenomenal. It is so much fun. It's so fast. It's just really cool. So you could put a lot of money into this, get multiple sets of it, and combine it and play. You got to have table space.
Right.
I feel like my table's probably good enough for a base set with 1 expansion, but man, it's so good. Or you can play it on the floor, I guess.
Right.
Anyway, so Pitch Car, I got Millennium Blades in there.
Yeah.
Some Mystic Veil, 504, which I'm really not that interested in having, but if I get a good trade,
right.
You know, I'm interested in playing it. And then Magecraft, which is a bag building game, which I'll probably end up buying that anyway. Carson City, Keyflower, Kemet, Cyclades, Bruges, Glass Road. So the rest of this is kind of just some stuff I've either played once and would like to own and play more, or things that I've heard about and I want to try it. And I feel like the games I'm giving up aren't bad games, but it would be a decent trade. You know, I'm getting rid of a game that's a good quality, but I don't like it, to get a game that's the same value.
Right.
That somebody else might not like. So that's pretty much my trades.
Yeah.
I think I put in as many trades as I have games up, which was just coincidental.
Right.
But I think I put in for 36. You put in what, 17?
Yeah.
So
let's hope we get our stuff.
Wish us luck. And by that, I mean, it's already happened.
It's already happened.
Yeah, either way, though, it's fun to talk about.
Right.